morning, girls and boys. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Today I was thinking that we might make a time capsule. Do you know what a time capsule is? It's a container that holds things that people put in from that time so that when they unpack it years later, it will help them remember what life was like back then. You know, this time that we're living in right now, we're going to read about in history books many years from now, and you will have lived through that time, but you may forget what it was like. So making a time capsule together might help us remember years later what life was like for you. So what can we put in a time capsule from this summer? Well, I've been thinking about that, and I found a really great resource that I think would be fun for you. I think you'd enjoy filling it out. It's called my 2020 COVID-19 time capsule, and it's something your parents or you can print out on the computer and fill out if you want. You can do whatever part of it that feels like fun to you. This lady named Natalie Long put it together and offered it online for free, and I looked through it. It's really fun. I'm going to do it myself. There are places where you write about, like there's this all about me page where you write down your favorite toy, color, animal, food, show, movie, book, activity, place, and song, and you say how old you are, how tall, how much you weigh, your shoe size, your best friends, when you grow up you want to be, and the date, just to help you remember years later how you feel, what you've learned from this summer, what you're thankful for, 3 things that you are excited to do when it's all over. I bet you can think of more than 3 things. And there's pages about your community, where you're living, what your house looks like. You can fill out all these things. There's a letter to myself, where you write yourself a letter about this time. You know, what's the future you going to wonder about? So write it down, because you may forget years later. And there's a page for your parents to fill out, to write you a letter if they want, and you can put it in a container, along with some other things that you can think of, I bet. Now, what kind of container could be good for a time capsule representing 2020? Well, I don't know about you, but I've been using some cleaning wipes to keep everything clean. And I saved this container for this very thing. I think it would make a great time capsule. So what I did is I printed off an extra sheet and I colored it in, my 2020 COVID-19 time capsule. And I'm going to glue it to the side of this. And there's also a drawing of the coronavirus. But this one, she has put the world inside the coronavirus because it affects the whole world. And I can glue that on too. And then I can fill these papers out, and I'll probably trim them so that they'll fit, and I'll roll them up and put them inside the time capsule. Once I dry it out, it's still a little wet in there. I'll just stick it right in. What other things would you want to put inside the time capsule? I bet you could put photographs of your family and some of the things that you do during this time. After this is all over, you could add a deck of playing cards if that's something that you spend a lot of time doing, or other keepsakes from this time. You could put your favorite recipes of things that you ate a lot during this time. Put whatever you wanted in it. And it's just so that years later, when you open it up, you'll really have an idea of what this life was like that you're living right now. Maybe your whole family could work on it together. That could be fun. I'll leave the link in the comments section or wherever I post this so that you can fill out the parts that you think would be fun for you. Well, have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.